Previously, when moving or copying an entire audio track from one session to another, a utility called track transfer was needed. This functionality is now incorporated directly within the Pro Tools application, making it much easier to move completed audio tracks from one session to another. When using the import track function, importing audio and MIDI tracks will include all related data, such as routing settings, plugins, automation playlists, auxiliary faders, and master faders. The import tracks function is actually found in the File menu towards the bottom under Import Tracks. It's going to ask you to choose a session. We'll go ahead and hit Open, and this is the session that I'd like to import some tracks from. In the upper left, you've got source properties. It'll give us its name, the type of session it is, whether it's a 4.0 session or a 5.0 session, the bit depth, sample rate, as well as the audio file types of that session. Down below, we have source tracks. You actually pick which source tracks you'd like to transfer into this destination session. If you hold the Shift key, you can actually highlight multiple tracks consecutively, and if you hold the Command key, you can actually get a discontinuous selection of those tracks. In the upper right, we have timecode mapping options. Before in track transfer, both sessions had to have the same start time, and now we actually can maintain absolute timecode values, relative timecode values, or map the start time of the source sessions to a particular timecode value when it gets imported into this destination session. You can also apply a sample rate conversion to the tracks as they're being converted into or transferred into the destination session, and this is useful if you have a film referenced session and you need to create a video referenced session, essentially changing the speed of the source session into the destination session. And that's what sample rate conversion would be useful for. And you can pick the conversion quality. If you choose low, it will transfer in the fastest via or tweak head, which will go the slowest, but sound the best. You also have audio media options. And if you click down below, you actually have a choice of 4 options. Refer to source media where possible will essentially import those tracks but still point to the original media in their original location. So it's just referencing that audio. You can also copy from source media, in which case it will copy every single region that resides on the original audio track to a new location, and you can choose the format for those particular files as they are transferred or copied over, Sound Designer 2, WAV, or AIFF in this case. You can also consolidate from source media, where it's going to take only the original area that you used in the original track. So if you're using a minute of that particular file, you can add handles or just a little more on the start and end of that particular region. In this case, you can add 3 seconds or 3,000 milliseconds, so you'll have handles if you need to open up that media once it gets transferred in. And you can also force the audio media to a new format, so any media that doesn't match the destination file type will be forced to the destination file type. You also have video media options where you can refer to the source media or copy from source media, much like referring or referencing audio or copying audio. You can do this to the video as well if you have a video track. Let's go ahead and refer to source media and hit OK, and it is now importing those tracks that I've selected and referencing, because I've chosen to refer to source media, it is referencing those files. With the import track now included within Pro Tools, you don't need to leave the application to manage moving completed tracks and/or audio data between sessions.